Today we are going to start Briefly for the Queen by Mahesh Dattani, summary of Act 3. Let's begin. The summary of Act 3 is free for all. The setting of this act is same as that of Act 1. We see that Alka is lying on the sofa while Lalita, sitting on the sofa, is lost in thoughts. The Thumri has been playing continuously. After a little while, Dolly enters from the kitchen and then goes on to stop the music. She asks Alka to come and the rain when Alka shows no interest. Dolly says that Alka likes getting wet in the rain and dance to a filmy number. The effect of the drinks is wearing off, and seeing Lalita, she asks her who she is. Dolly tells her that she was with them the whole evening. Alka is shocked and asks whether she knows everything. To this, Lalita apologizes and promises not to tell anyone. While Alka asks how much she knows, Dolly says about Kanhaiya. She also says that she prefers the half-truth. Well, Lalita asks whether Daksha is also involved with Kanhaiya. Dolly's smile faded, and she reprimands Lalita for speaking like this about a 14-year-old girl, especially to her mother. Then they go on discuss music. Dolly explains about Nana Devi, a queen who had a passion for Thumri. She had watched a Tawaif perform during childhood, and so she started singing. At times, she has mistaken for a Tawaif, but that did not deter her, and she has later called the queen of Thumri. The story reminded Lalita of the Hindi poem Jhansi Ki Rani. They discussed the poem, its inherent meaning. The queen, who was called brave enough to qualify as a man. This leads them to discuss the ball, and Lalita agrees that Dolly should go dressed as a brave queen. To this, Alka requests her to let her go, and Lalita suggests that Dolly should go dressed as a brave queen. To this, Alka requests her to let her go as the queen, and Dolly expresses her wish to go as the wife. When the question about Daksha arises, Dolly says that she would come as a dancer, to which Lalita remarks that one has to come as something they are not. A little later, we see Alka rushing out in the rain to dance, where she falls down and gets dirty. At that time, Nitin, Jiten and Sridhar arrive. They have seen Alka making a fool of herself. Nitin forces Alka and says that they would leave, but Alka, sensing that something is wrong and does not want to leave Dolly. Jiten evokes Nitin to tell her that he is going to leave her. Just then, Alka mentions that Praful had called her. Nitin, getting anxious, blurts out the truth, says that he would not take the money from Praful. Alka laughs and says that they fell for her lie. She says that Praful must have wanted to come and meet them, but they would not let him. The bell of Ba's room rings. Nitin goes up. Lalita tells Sridhar that they should leave, but Sridhar tells her that due to rain, he had to leave his bike at the office, and the auto stand is a little far from the house. In Ba's room, we see Ba and Nitin conversing, while Nitin asks her whether she would give the house to him if he throws Alka out of the house. To this, Ba asks whether he likes his father. He says that he is dead. Ba retorts and says that how can he say such things. To this, Nitin changes his wife's voice to that of a child and says that he likes his father. Ba gets angry and says that he is not his son and persuades him to say that he hates his father. Nitin says that yes, he hates his father. Meanwhile, Dolly and Alka are downstairs. As Alka got wet, she asks for a drink, and Jiten orders Sridhar to fix his boss wife a drink. She drinks and Dolly takes her to change her clothes. The scene changes to Ba's room, where Ba's Nitin conversation has moved on to Daksha and Praful. Through the conversation, we see that Ba has left the house in Daksha's name and made Praful the trustee, as she believes that it is Praful who will take care of Daksha after she is dead. To this, Nitin cries out that how can she do this? It was Praful who had tricked him into marrying Alka, and now that he has become a trustee, he would run his life. He pleads her to get him out of his life. Hearing this loud voice, Lalita asks what is going on. Jiten warns her in an impolite manner. This is followed by their physical tussle, in which Jiten overpowers Sridhar. Jiten then lets him go and then goes off to the kitchen. Lalita begs Sridhar that they should leave. Sridhar sees an auto parked outside and rushed out. Lalita sees that auto driver climbing up the wall and going back to the servants' quarter. Dolly enters from the bedroom, and Lalita remarks that Kanhaiya has a visitor and they are probably talking about her. Dolly does not believe it and asks her to stop making up things. Meanwhile, Jiten enters from the kitchen. Dolly begs him to stop Nitin from throwing out Alka from the house. Jiten shows no concern, to which Dolly threatens to leave the house. Jiten remarks that even she leaves the house, it would not matter to him, and besides, she is incapable of doing such a thing. Dolly agrees to this but reminds him that though she can never win, she had won once. It was when she became a mother. This was a touchy subject, and Jiten asks her not to bring that up now when Lalita and Sridhar were still at their house. Dolly, without losing a minute, blames Jiten for having kicked her at an advanced stage of pregnancy after being coaxed to do so by his mother. The result was that Daksha was born premature and was a spastic. Dolly imitates her and shows Lalita how she would dance with uncoordinated hand and feet movement. With eyes dilated, Jiten asks her to stop and tells her that it was Ba's fault. but Dolly tells that it was his hands and feet that were hitting her, not bars. Nitin becomes hysterical or uncontrollable and goes out. Alka enters asking Dolly to let her sleep their night and goes off to sleep on the sofa. Sridhar then rushes in and says that Jiten has run over the old woman with his car and escaped. He grabs Lalita and orders her to leave the house immediately. She asks him to wait for her outside. Lalita asks Dolly how she was so sure that she was lying about Kanhaiya having visitors. Without getting any reply, she exits to the kitchen. Sridhar comes in and asks Dolly why his wife is staring into the empty space. Dolly says that empty space is all that she would find there. After picking up that bonsai, Dolly exits to her room. Lalita comes in from the kitchen and embraces Sridhar. While going out, she questions that if Kanhaiya does not exist, who was it that the auto driver came to meet? Nitin comes down the stairs and the information that is divulged through his aside reveals the unsolved mysteries of the past events. We came to know that Praful and Nitin had a sexual relationship. To continue with it, Praful had arranged for the marriage between Nitin and Alka to take place. But he had lied to Nitin that Alka was aware of his situation. We also get to see that Nitin also had a sexual relationship with the auto driver who used to come by the office and who was now waiting at the outhouse for him. So that's it for today. This is the end of the whole novel. I'm going to critically analyze the whole novel in my next video, which is uploaded soon. Hope you like it. Thank you.